I'm triple gold. Yeah, picture me rolling with some Dayton's on the Benz. I got no love for you niggas, ain't no need to be friends. Included you in my vision, thought you wanted to win. Cut you out, I tore it down and built it over again. Shit ain't stopping, I'ma pop it till the day is the end. Made myself in the beginning, then I made me again. When it's over, ice my shoulder, I ain't making amends. Play that trick in CeeLo Green, let it blow in the wind. I'm smoking better than I ever did. Gas prices just dropped, guess who got it in? Come get a fill up while the price right. In the dark, I'm shining like a night light. Cutting snow cap, the weed whiter than ice spice. Like Mike, what I say when they ask how I'm trying to ball. Y'all thinking Calvin Cambridge, but I went bald and all. Long story short, I'm never folding, but niggas still wishing and hoping. Picture me rolling, shining when you see me outside. I be chain smoking side, got me out of my mind. She be calling, trying to kick it, but it's hard to find time. Wake up in the morning, thank God, and then grind. Yeah, I don't pop pills, can you picture me rolling? 4K still, can you picture me rolling? Undeveloped film, can you picture me rolling? Fuck a record deal, can you picture me? Picture me, you niggas tickle me. Ain't fucking with my baby pictures, is you kidding me? Triple gold, made Dayton daily, I'm back in that mode. Before the summer's over, match me, I smoke out the bowl, make it roll. In the beginning, shit was going slow. Pack drop, this growing wings, come get it for it's gone. Check the mail, break a box like I'm Donkey Kong. Did a reel, made a sale before I up the post. Phone ringing, where you at? I'm on the way to you. Out the trunk, I made a killing, I know Ray Caruth. You can't dunk if you need me to throw the alley-oop. Never seen a meal, but it's coming soon, I found the loop. Went to Muse, in the dark you see my jewelry gleam. Had to make some chicken soup, them niggas sick of me. I'm back together, niggas wanna see me broken. Of course I had to triple my golden. Picture me rolling, shining when you see me outside. I be chain smoking side, got me out of my mind. She be calling, trying to kick it, but it's hard to find time. Wake up in the morning, thank God, and then grind. Yeah, I don't pop pills, can you picture me rolling? 4K still, can you picture me rolling? Undeveloped film, can you picture me rolling? Fuck a record deal, can you picture me? West Side, I'm so motherfucking triple gold. Niggas hoped it was over, but in my mind, we just getting started.
Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Wreaths Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every Wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
There was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on.
Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, An uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. A knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Maybach music.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna...
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on Spilt liquor.
Every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God goes writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
Welcome to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. I'm your host, Lito, with my co-host, Sinista1. A lot of stuff happened this weekend.
We got a lot of people in the chat already asking, are we opening with Raw results? Nope, our topic list is there. Nope, we're going to get
Not
into
yet.
Raw.
Not quite.
We
Yeah.
got a couple of things we got to talk about.
Yeah, just a couple things. Yeah, for sure. Just want to check on you, man. How your mental health today, man? Where you when you want to put your number at today?
I'm a 9. You know, we're coming off Wrestlemania weekend. It was a good weekend. It was fun. I couldn't wait to talk about this. I'm at a 9. I'm ready to go. Last night was just insane too. So.
Oh, you never told me how the award ceremony went.
Oh, the Hall of Fame?
No.
Oh, no, she lost. Yaya Gabbana won, which was a good win. That's a good person to win. She does a lot of hard work. But we was able to show up and show out. You know, if you guys saw the videos, we rolled up. I had a few of my friends with slingshots, and we rolled up to the red carpet 8 slingshots deep.
Nice.
So it was a good time. So thank you everybody for showing the support. Good stuff.
Word. That's what it do. I'm probably, if I had to put a number on, I'm probably about a 8.5 today. Yeah, about an 8.5. In the chat,
If you're in the chat, you want me to drop it in the chat?
Yeah.
Drop
In the
your
chat,
mental health today in the chat.
Yeah, drop your mental health number, like between 1 and 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, of course. If y'all in the chat, you know what I mean, just put in there, you know, where you are today with your mental wellness. May is coming up. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so you know we're gonna make sure that we do what is needed in reference to that. You know, and making sure that, you know, and mental health awareness is very, very important. We don't play around with that. Myself and Sinister, we do not play around with that. So, you know, we always make sure we check on people. Yeah, for sure, especially in the black community. Because in the black community, I know a whole bunch of people personally that I won't say that they take it as a joke, right? In the black community, but they just don't believe that it's important. Or some people believe that it's important, but not important enough for them to do anything about it. So, which is a whole other problem within itself, you know, when it comes to the black community. Because growing up, you know what I mean, it wasn't a such thing as mental. They didn't call it mental health awareness or mental health. They say you straight up crazy. That's what they say. Oh, that person crazy. Oh, that person, yeah, he ain't got them all. He crazy. And you never know what someone is struggling with. And growing up, I had to learn that as I got older, that it's no joke, man. The world is the world. Time keeps on going no matter what's going on with you. And you have to actually sit back and take care of yourself, because other people, in our community, in the black community, we didn't have people that would be like, hey, bro, how you doing? Anything going on? What's going on with you? We didn't have people we could go. I know I didn't. Growing up, I couldn't talk to nobody. So that's why I was one of them kids that was, I didn't act out, but I would cry because I wasn't allowed to talk about my mental health. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't allowed to say, and then you don't even know how to express it, because look what what do you have to model after? You know what I mean? I didn't have anything to let me know that it was okay for me to feel the way about my mental health or feel the way about anything and talk about it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, how was it that way for you too growing up? Did you have a outlet, or were you able to express that?
No, I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, so for me it was always a suck it up, or if somebody was that crazy dude down the street, you never even heard the words mental health. I never really heard the words mental health until the 80s, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't really realize what it was really about until like the 80s for me.
So you heard it then, but see, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and I still didn't hear that. I heard crazy. I heard, you know what I mean? Like, so I say that to say, black folks, you know what I mean? If you got some stuff going on, don't be afraid to go see a therapist. If you feel more comfortable with getting someone, that is African American to be a therapist, they have plenty out there. You can go to psychologytoday.com. And you can research your area, and you can find you a therapist in your area, African American or otherwise. So, just wanted to say that to talk about that a little bit, because Mental Health Awareness Month is coming up in May here within the next 2 weeks. So, we gotta make sure we check on our people, check on each other, and make sure it's all good. Let's start with these topics. The first topic we're gonna get into with the indies, the independent scene. Joseph Bruen, who was on our pod last week. Shout out to Joe. He added Demolition to the New England Fan Fest.
And you was just talking about them like two.
Yo, I don't even know what to say.
And we got
by
a
that
table.
time. Yeah,
we got a table. By that,
I wasn't gonna say anything until you was ready to drop the dime. We will be at New England Fan Fest next year. We do have a table. We will have merchandise. You will get to meet me and Sinister. If you've never met Sinister, he's a big deal in Massachusetts. Period. And I'm just the ride along. I'm just there.
These announcements are crazy, bro. That's two.
I know.
That's two major stars a year out. Like, who else is left to come, bro? Like,
Mattel also released that Demolition has signed a deal with them, and they are making their figures. So there is a good possibility that before then, the figures will be out, and I can get them signed. With Mr. Fuji in the pack as well.
Oh.
Yo. You talking about hype?
That's coming in your travel bag.
Yo. You talking about somebody hype right now? Yo.
What's up, everybody in the chat?
What's up, chat? What's up with y'all? That's a big deal, man. Joe doing this thing with that. Like I said, we will be there. We'll have merchandise. We'll take pictures, with fans if y'all want to take pictures. Yeah, it's gonna be something else.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Can't wait for that. So yeah, we do have a table at the 2026 New England Fan Fest. That is May 2nd, in 2026. So be on the lookout for that, y'all, for sure. Anything you want to add to that before we move on to the next topic?
No, I just want to let people know that if you're watching the show and down in the bottom right-hand corner, that the stuff for this event will be here until next year. So you're going to see flyers of who's been added. He's got people that he's been adding and making announcements for every night. So we want to help him promote this event right up until this minute. Again, these are people who we do business with, people who we want to make sure we show our support. Evolve Designs is going to be there as a vendor. What the Fig? You said you knew something about this. What the Fig is a vendor.
I follow them. They're very active in the toy community. So, yeah,
I believe they're responsible for DDP coming. I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'll have to wait till. I believe it has to come back around, but I believe What the Fig is responsible for him coming. So what happens is a lot of these vendors pay for these wrestlers to come out. So it's very exciting.
And I just want to let you know something too. Sabu just hit me back about possibly coming on our pod. So stay tuned. It's a possibility. Sabu,
I gotta get grimy.
You know,
I gotta get grimy for that.
This guy, he gotta get extra grimy. If Sabu come on here for sure. Yeah, he actually hit me when I was out of town. I'm just now seeing on our other page that he hit me back. So, woo. And Mr. Snow is still trying to Al Snow is still trying to work out a time frame as to when he has some time where he can come on here too. So Al Snow and Sabu, that's a big deal. And with that, we might be able to talk to them about hooking up with Joe. If Joe trying to get some more people, it might work. This might work out in a different way. For sure. Hold on one second. Just replying to Al. Yeah, this is a big deal. Yo, Sabu, come on. You got to tear your hoodie or something. Cut your shirt up.
I already have a question for him because I seen that man take an injury, and I got to ask him about that night.
Did you see that injury? That I think he still wrestles. Did you see the most recently he fell into a barbed wire? It was a botch, I think. It wasn't supposed to happen. He's still wrestling, I think. Yeah, we definitely got to talk to him. Yeah, that's super dope. That's people hitting me up about this, hitting me back about this. It's crazy. Replying to me. Let me say something. ECW used to be my shit. And Sabu and Taz and Sabu and Rob Van Dam, they all had the best matches. Sabu, Taz, Rob Van Dam, Sandman, Shane Douglas, New Jack, and Kross. All these guys. Rest in peace to New Jack. He used to have some. The matches at ECW used to be so crazy. If my mom knew I was watching it at that younger age, she probably would have cut it off. She probably wouldn't have let me watch it. Shout out to ECW for great matches. Okay, so AEW in Boston was a success. And they have new trios champs. Who are the champs? Who the new trios champs?
Samoa Joe got a belt back.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Samoa Joe and his squad. Yeah, they took the belts. Everybody was happy because, Samoa Joe hasn't been around in a minute. He's now with AEW, back in that ring, and now they take home the trios belt.
I like Samoa Joe, too, by the way.
I've always liked Samoa Joe.
Yeah. I think he got a bad rap because what do you call it? The muscle. His finishing move. He hurt a guy in WWE that Natalia's husband. He hurt him.
Oh,
and
that's
he was
right.
unable to. Yeah, he was unable to wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
After that. But he still do the move.
Yep. Well, he's back out there, and
Yeah.
he's got to promote his Twisted Metal.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
on
yeah.
that. He's on that show.
He is. That's true. I just didn't understand that he hurt that guy. Like I seen the video.
The Muscle
the
Buster.
move. Yeah, the Muscle Buster. Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody just put it in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Silver Sight. Thank you, Silver Sight.
Yeah. The Muscle Buster, he did that and he hurt the guy and the guy has not been able to wrestle ever since then. He had surgery on his neck and everything. He can no longer wrestle. But yeah. It's crazy. TNA. Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, his appearance at WrestleMania 41 stirs up major interest or major internet debate. Listen, Joe Hendry.
We was laughing.
I couldn't help but laugh. Joe Hendry came to that ring. Randy Orton looked at him like, "Are y'all kidding me?" He goes in the ring. I said, when Joe Hendry came down to the ring, I said, "This is going to be over very soon. This is not going to last long at all. This is an intermission match. Like they just trying to get some stuff going on in the back." Joe Hendry probably didn't know he was going to wrestle, and they probably was like, "Come, just come, and then we might pull you." They told him 20 minutes before he didn't get to warm up, nothing. Joe Hendry, come out, man. You got to go against Randy Orton. He's like, okay. He goes out there, and he does what he can.
He should have known the
And
RKO
as
was coming
soon
after.
as he did that, he did like this, and then he turned around like RKO, boom. I said, "Yo, that's so crazy." I was crying like when he was wrestling, tears were coming down my eyes because right when he pinned him, he got him up and he was getting everybody to clap for him. I said, he's gonna get him again. I said, he does not know better. He's gonna get you again, bro. This is like initiation now. You're gonna get another one. And he got him again. And then Randy said he did like this. He jumped back and then he did his thing, like, that was hilarious. You can't make that up, man. That was hilarious. Shout out to Joe Hendry for trying. It's,
Right.
it's,
Right.
shout out to Joe Hendry for filling in for Kevin Owens. I'm just glad it wasn't who we thought it was going to be.
I was hoping for Nick Aldis. I was a little upset.
You wanted to see Nick Aldis get his ass whooped?
I wanted to see Nick Aldis get in that ring with Randy Orton. I felt like that would have been a great pop. It would have been nice to see Nick Aldis out of his element. But now after what happened Monday night, now I can see why we didn't see Nick Aldis, because Triple H let it kind of loose on Saturday night during the presser.
Yeah.
No, Sunday night during the presser. That I felt like something was coming the way he talked up Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, and now we know why. We'll get into that when we get into WWE talk. But the funny thing about this Joe Hendry thing, Karrion Kross was on a podcast, and he wasn't happy about the fact that he didn't have a match, and then they had Joe Hendry come down and fill in against RVD when he was there and he didn't have nobody, and he felt like that he should have been a fill-in for that match, So
Karrion would have filled in? No, I mean that would have been cool actually. That'd been nice.
I agree with it. But I think,
What
they brought
podcast?
Joe Hendry
Do you
in.
know what podcast this was that he was on?
I forget what podcast it was on. He was on, but it was one of the ones that everybody did their rounds on Monday morning, and he wasn't happy. He went on this whole tirade about I'm a hard worker and blah blah blah.
Which he is.
Part of me feels like it was also a work because it also played into this whole thing that he's been pushing with AJ Styles about the hard work and not being respected. So part of me was like, okay, is this a work or is he really being serious? So you really couldn't tell. It was a good job by him. So it could have been a work, but he seemingly pissed at the fact that Joe Hendry got that WrestleMania shot. So
yep. Yeah, 100%. So I get it. I understand. You're not gonna hear me. If he is really pissed, I get it. I can see, because I don't think Karrion has been in any WrestleManias except for he's been in this one. As far as him going out there trying to, make AJ go back to that mean guy, but now he's gonna have something with AJ, and I think Backlash you'll probably see him and AJ.
Yeah, we're gonna see something, and Triple H said it best when he opened up the presser on Sunday night. He said, "There's somebody I gotta thank," and he thanked the talent that wasn't on the WrestleMania card all weekend, because he said, the talent that wasn't on the card still was part of getting them there. When we break it down, like I said, I felt bad for the men's tag team. I felt like we could have had a better match. We can get into that later, but
we're about to get into it now.
That match that's going to happen on SmackDown Friday, I felt like, man, that should be your match that should have happened at WrestleMania. But I see where they're headed. I see what's going on here, and we're here. So I mean, we got to break it down. We got to break down the night one anyway, night two.
Yep,
so.
night one. WrestleMania 41 review. Night one.
By the way, we kicked ass on night one for our picks.
We did.
We kicked ass. We kicked ass.
We did.
And I gotta say, overall, for what was a very predictable night for winners, they still pulled off an exciting fucking night for night one.
Yes,
they still killed it despite every match prediction to be predictable. I think everybody predicted the winners of all those bouts on Saturday night. So
yeah, for sure. Match one: Jey Uso versus Gunther. Yeet. Jay got the belt. We said it was gonna happen.
I wanted to text you though, because he won with that sleeper.
Exactly. I was hyped. You hear me? I'm like, yeah, put his big ass to sleep. He done.
Oh.
Put him to sleep.
I'll tell you though, to see 60 fucking thousand people yeeting was just, that shit was crazy. Even the Raiders haven't gotten that love in their own house like that.
Nah, facts. And they was on their field.
I was like, bro, 60,000 people on their feet for this man. Just and they already got a figure coming out for him. They already got a championship figure that I shared to you.
They do. Yeah.
He was crying. And he, well deserved. Well
deserved, Jey Uso, straight up. Well deserved.
They set the tone. Once again,
for night one.
Both nights opening matches really set the tone, and we'll get into that when we talk night two. But that match really set the tone, and then man, I can't wait till we get into Raw, because this spilled into Raw last night.
I know it did. Yes, it did. Match 2, the New Day defeated the War Raiders. I'm gonna be completely honest.
We picked it, but
I picked it, and I was mad as shit when I watched it. War Raiders. I feel like they just wanted to give belts to New Day. They're trying to give them this push for the heel and all that. But I just New
Why'd
Day
they
is
go
just
back to
old
the-
and washed up to me, man.
Why'd they go back to
That
the
gimmick.
the Viking gimmick? They were with the biker gimmick now since they got the belts, and then all of a sudden they went to the
The War Raiders.
the Viking. Yeah, and then they lost that. They lost the belts going back to that corny shit, which was weird. I don't know. I was like I said, that division is stacked. But to have New Day as and to be honest, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you're Street Profits, you're bullshit. If I'm Montez Ford, I'm bullshit as hell because they be working, bro.
Yeah. If I'm Montez Ford, I'm like, yo, it should have been us against against the War Raiders. Or it should be us against them now, New Day. But they're not gonna let. I don't know. They're gonna let New Day keep the belts for a while. Match 3. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Great match.
There was a botch there was a botch during this match where Jade Cargill power slammed Naomi, but Naomi didn't get her arms all the way out. Her arm got underneath. And you actually saw Jade ask her if she was good, and then she led her into the pin. But the shit did look painful for those who saw it in slow motion. But I'm hoping Naomi's okay. But again, Jade Cargill looks like she's been putting in work. That the match was a solid match. She struggled getting Naomi up, so she got to put some leg work in. She got to put them leg presses in because she struggled getting the meat and potatoes of Naomi up in the air. She got her, though. She did get her, but it was work. It was work.
I think she needs to be wrestling or training with, because I think she can do more things than she is. I don't want her to be limited to just power moves. Mm-hmm. I think she needs to be training with someone that can teach her some other moves, because her talent is there. She just needs, a little pushing. I think just a little bit.
It's coming.
More pushing.
It's coming. You can see the advancement, so it's coming.
Yeah. Next match: Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Jacob Fatu, man.
Bye, LA Knight. Thank God. Thank God.
LA Knight, yeah.
I'm like you
Jacob
already came to.
Fatu.
I'm like you already came to the ring before in a car. We need to see this.
That's
again.
his thing. That's his thing, though.
I'm like, just come on, Jacob. Just put this man out of his misery. just, and he did, bro.
Yes, he did.
2 moonsaults was crazy. I almost felt bad for LA Knight off of 2 moonsaults, bro. But damn,
he's gonna hold that belt for a while. They're not gonna come. He's not gonna come up off of that.
Yep. That's
his
going right into the
is
solo
so crazy.
storyline. Yep, this is going right into the storyline.
Yeah, his talent level is too crazy.
And his mask that was designed by the Fiend, the same dude that designed the Fiend mask, designed his werewolf mask for him. And that
was fire, wasn't it? When that mask fired.
When he come out, I'm like, it's over. It's over. Oh yeah, you like that's gonna be a figure. Gonna have the mask.
That mask is gonna come with Jacob Fatu at one point, at some point. I can't wait. I'm like, yo. When I seen that mask, I'm like, oh shoot, that mask is gonna come with a figure one day, cause Mattel be on it. Shout out Mattel. Shout out Mattel Creations. Next match, El Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix. Kind of knew Ray Phoenix, even with him filling in, that El Grande Americano was gonna win, aka Chad Gable. aka Chad Gable. This AAA thing is going to be a big deal, and sheesh.
We kind of called it. We seen it coming. We seen something coming, and AAA Lucha Libre is bigger than Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
This
is different.
We know where this is headed. Now we know where this is really headed. Now they just announced who the senior coordinator is going to be. Rey Mysterio was there for the press conference. Rey Mysterio, who bowed out injured, and Rey Fenix took over. But what we know, what I've said on this show, Rey Mysterio's position for Lucha Libre AAA, he's gonna be that Heartbreak Kid, that Shawn Michaels of that division. That's gonna be a no-brainer right there. Ray can retire peacefully and oversee all that lucha talent that is just gonna be blowing up in that.
And from what I'm hearing too, they're not going to make it a separate thing. What they're gonna do is, just like they have NXT, this AAA is gonna be kind of like a nut, like just for lucha. You know what I mean? So
we'll see, because it's part of Worlds Collide. It's going to be part of Worlds Collide. So when you look at Worlds Collide, that Lucha Libre symbol is there, the NXT symbol. So that Worlds Collide is really going to give us an insight. Yeah, we're going to really see what's going on here.
And I think we're going to get some good matches.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get some good matches from this. They're going to have more different belts and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. Yeah.
This is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Because that same day, that same day that Worlds Collide is on pay-per-view, right after that, we get a pay-per-view. I think it's an NXT pay-per-view, isn't it? Or is it a WWE pay-per-view?
Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, Stand and Deliver,
right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
And
it's not Stand and Deliver. It's oh my goodness. I don't think it's Stand and Deliver. I think it's a different one. I'll have to get it here in a second.
Okay.
Either way, that's still two pay-per-views in a day.
And the Mexican announcers,
I'm gonna be busy.
The table broken. They're about to get popular too, because they got introduced twice this weekend. So the Mexican announcers in WWE are going to be soon to be household names for this, the Spanish broadcast, because they're really going to be they're going to be the Michael Cole and Joe Tessitores and of this. So they're going to be stepping their game up.
Yep. Next match broke my heart. Tiffany Stratton defeated Charlotte Flair. Broke my heart. I thought that they would let. First of all, I knew deep down, like, because of Charlotte coming in as the villain, she'd been beating her up recently and on SmackDown, on Raw. She's been, just been a lot of beating up Tiffany Stratton. I was like, they're not going to take the strap off of her. But part of me wanted them to just let Charlotte win one more time, just because of the kind of year she's had. She tore her ACL, MCL, meniscus, had to rehab all of that during filing for divorce. That's tough. It don't matter what kind of, like, we are people. And when life is hitting you like that, you rehabbing essentially by yourself at home. I'm sure she had maybe a family member stay with her or something to help her, because she can't walk. So she's trying to do all of this, with no husband in sight. Marriage fell apart. She worked her butt off to get back in the ring. And then she won the Rumble. So I was like, she's going to win. I think they're going to win, make her win on WrestleMania. But when I saw her entrance, something about her entrance can tell you who's going to win too. When I saw her entrance, I'm like, she's not winning tonight. I can tell.
Yeah. Tiffany's just too hot. Tiffany's too hot, and then she lived out her dream and came out in the Barbie house. That shit was sick. And she really did well. I thought she chipped her tooth, but it looked like it wasn't chipped.
It looked like it was.
Yeah, she went on Instagram. It was makeup had got in her mouth and
okay.
it made her tooth look like it broke. So she was right on Instagram real quick talking about, my tooth's okay, everybody. Because everybody's like, oh, damn, she got her tooth chipped.
Like, damn,
so,
you got your, you look like you.
So, you know, it was a good match. It was a good match, but like I said, I knew she was just there to put her over. Because just Tiffany is just too hot right now. She's just fire.
Facts. And the next match was definitely match of the night. Most definitely.
Went by fast too. Night one was probably the fastest 3 hours I have ever sat down for. And he had 61,000 also, ones in the air. He was another one that commanded. All three of those guys commanded the 61,000. Actually,
Yo.
Joe Bruen is in the chat. All Access is Entertainment. So if you guys are watching in the stream, All Access is Entertainment. That's Joe Bruen. That's New England Fan Fest.
That's
good
right.
Evening, good evening,
What
good
up,
evening,
Joe?
sir. He was on with us last week. He's hopefully he's tuning in and watching that bottom right hand corner, and he can see those flyers of his in that corner.
OTC. Anyway, Seth Rollins. No. Paul Heyman defeats Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Paul Heyman's ass. You know, there's a part of this match where I was like, yo, we're about to win. When he put both of them through the announcer tables, I'm like, oh yeah, we won. We got this. There's no way we're losing tonight. There's no way. Paul Heyman screwed CM Punk, then turned around and screwed Roman Reigns, and is creating some sort of stable with Seth freaking Rollins.
But before you go on to that though, before the betrayal, I would say in WrestleMania moments, I think we saw the best triple finisher go down, because Punk hits Roman with the go to sleep.
Yep.
And then he hit Seth with the go to sleep.
Seth.
And then he got speared. Punk gets speared. Then Seth gets up and drops the stomp on Roman.
Yep.
That was just insane.
It was fire.
It was crazy. And
you
then it just went off the rails from there with the chair.
I was so on the East Coast they like to say tight. My little homeboy, my young boy called me, said, I know big bro tight right now. Yes. I am. I'm very upset. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. I said, let's just wait for night 2 and just see how that goes. Night 2 starts off with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Io Sky retains her title.
To be honest, I picked this, and to be honest, that was my match of all of WrestleMania. Even Triple H said it. He said those 3 women are that. He said you don't put women in front of their names. He said they're the best right now. Even over the men. That match was straight fire. Nothing held back, and Io Sky once again proves she may be little, but she can work. She can work in the ring.
Yeah, she can.
She's getting her English a little bit better down pat, but the match was just a crazy match. The match was just crazy. Rhea got another black eye again.
And let me say something about Io Sky. Like, Io Sky, you know, I used to have a little crush on Io Sky. I don't have a problem with her being able to not speak much English at all. It's all right, Io. It's all right.
Nick, she came to the ring and she was ready to go. And she can be a cutie sometime. Io Sky can be a little cutie sometime. But it was a good ass match. It was
Great
a solid match to open the night. And like I said, when you have two solid opening matches on night 1 and night 2, I gotta say this. I really messed up. I really messed up with the WWE because one of the things that Triple H did when he took over, he put the hot matches first. That was one of the first things because before, you know, WrestleMania, all these PLEs under Vince McMahon, it was the slow matches. Yeah. It was always the slow matches. It was always, okay, this is just, you know, we're waiting for everybody to get to their seats, so we're going to put this match on for everybody, you know? And that was kind of a Vince McMahon thing. When Triple H took over, the first thing he did, coming out the gate, he had hot matches to open. And at first, I hated it. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why is he putting this match first? And then I realized his thought process. If you come out here in a hot match like this and you shine, you force everybody in the back room to be like, oh shit, I gotta top this match.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We go back to remember the ladies' cage match?
Yeah.
And me and you was like, yo, it's gonna be hard to keep up with that match. And that was a killer match. So
killer match.
The women's match on Sunday night really set the tone for the night. Like, that was a great match. You got to come out and be like, shit, I got to follow that match? Damn.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
But I said Io was taking it, and, you know, it was no surprise. She deserved it.
Yeah, she definitely did. Shout out to Io Sky. This next match.
I don't want to get hit by that Bianca here, though. That shit has to hurt. Oh. This sounds...
It leaves a welt or something on you. You know, she hit you with that hair. You want to punch her, like, for real. Like, I will not... Hit me with that hair again and see if I'm... hit me like that again and see if I don't... Sin City Street Fight, Drew McIntyre beat the hell out of Damian Priest. Damian Priest, he didn't even show up. I don't even think that was him out there. I think that might have been his brother that kind of looks like him. Damian Priest got his ass handed to him in the Sin City Street Fight. He should want to redo that match. No offense hardly at all. Fucking Drew McIntyre took a selfie with you with his brother's camera on his phone of him whooping your ass. If I was...
And put the quote, board at work.
If I was Damian Priest, I would go to Triple H and say, hey, Triple H, I have to redeem myself at Backlash or something. Make this next fight a, make up something. The something Puerto Rico, like he did with
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Yeah. Do some other kind of street fight, because the Sin City one, you got your ass whooped. Excuse my French. It was bad.
I was expecting a lot more from Damian.
I was watching
Priest
it.
too.
I was watching it, and I was about to like buy his figure, and I was like, "Damn, Damian, I can't even buy your figure right now." Like, I was literally like about to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's dope. It's a dope figure. I can't even buy your after seeing that. Damn, Damian, you got whooped. I was looking at it like, damn, he's just not doing this. Hardly no offense. And like, as soon as he do any offense, I feel like the match was fast too. It was a quicker match for a street fight. But damn, when he went and grabbed the phone from his brother and took the picture, I said, when they do that to you, you gotta whoop their ass. But you didn't. You got your ass whipped. So he whooped you like them other men got whooped up at okay, let me stop it. All right, I ain't gonna go there. You know where they was serving them nuts. You know what? Stop it. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that today. We're gonna stop that. Oh man. A lot of nutty bars that was up in that mama. All right. Woo! Ric Flair. Woo! All right. This was my favorite match of night 2. Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match was my favorite match. Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio defeated Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Penta to become the new Intercontinental Champion. And when I was watching this, I seen something happen that I have not seen in a long time. The crowd turned and started to cheer for Dom. Dom is now a crowd favorite, where he could come out and he couldn't even talk on the mic. He had such a great match that now he's a fan favorite, and he didn't even have to change who he is. He can still be that same idiot,
Chicken nugget eating,
chicken tenders eating. I'm better than you. My father sucks. He can say all of that, and the crowd loves him. Shout out to Dirty Dom. Dom had a hell of a match, and that finish was chef's kiss on that finish. Chef's kiss on that.
Yeah, and it's funny because we sat here and originally I had said, I had figured Braun was coming out on top of this, but now we'll get into it on Netflix. Now we know why things happened in this match the way it went down. But I had said that Dom is going to explode once they, the rumor was we thought was going to be Lucha Libre, Lucha Underground, and our prediction was that Dom was going to come out of his shell once they make that. And the funny thing was on Saturday they announced Lucha Libre AAA, blah blah blah, and then Dom wins on Sunday night, and I'm like, there we go, because Dom's gonna be one of these guys. He's gonna be one of these guys that's gonna have to really sell this, and help out with this, even though he's got that I don't see him having that Intercontinental in the WWE for too long, because I think he's going with the brand. He's gonna be going with that brand. He's gonna be part of that brand. He's a face now. He's a solid face. His dad will be, like I said, and I think, what you do? I think you repair their relationship in Lucha Libre AAA. I think that would be a great, because now the crowd likes him. You know what I'm saying? But where does that leave Judgment Day? Because obviously Finn ain't part of Judgment Day. This is coming. Yeah, this is coming.
The swerve with Finn is already in motion.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's in motion. So, Randy Orton versus Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, we already talked what he did to Joe Hendry's ass. He defeated Joe Hendry. Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles. I was hoping AJ would win, but they are trying to set up the AJ and Karrion Kross story. So I'm okay with him losing that one, because Karrion did come down and get involved in the match a little bit. So I am okay with him losing that. Now, what I want to talk to you about is...
Oh, hold on real quick. Hey, we got a brother BKL Contreras, the sports entertainment guy. He says in the chat tonight he wants to shout out everyone in the chat, including Since One Productions and Turnbuckles Spilt Like a Podcast. Hey guys, keep up the good work on the channel. Appreciate it. Shout out from the South Bronx. Oh, South Bronx.
South Bronx. South Bronx. South Bronx. South Bronx. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to the South Bronx.
Well, we'll follow you
doubt.
back, man. We got this.
sure.
We're gonna follow you back, brother BKL Contreras, the sports
No
entertainment
doubt.
guy on YouTube. We gonna follow you back. Thank you, man.
For sure,
Thank
brother
you very
BKL.
much.
We got you, bro. Definitely gonna follow you back.
Nice.
Why didn't when we were thinking about who Valkyria's tag team partner would be? Why
I don't
didn't
know
we
how the
think,
fuck we missed that, bro.
She's
I was
Irish, and we didn't even put two and two together.
I was like, why did we not?
We all were saying different people. No, none of us were. We were like, we just wasn't right. We wasn't right, and freaking the man comes back. Becky Lynch comes back and helps her win the women's tag team titles, which they. Well, we'll get into what happens. But
I know, because the Raw After Mania was just crazy last night, bruh. I'm sitting there like we're gonna talk all about Mania, and then I watched Raw last night, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? Oh no, we gotta squeeze this shit in.
yeah, we gotta squeeze it in.
We gotta squeeze it in. We gotta squeeze it in like a virgin on prom night, bruh.
And facts. We gotta squeeze this in real quick. Undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes lost to John Cena. We all seen this happening. We've been talking about this since
we saw it
Rumble.
coming.
Yeah, we
saw it
knew they was
coming.
gonna let him get number 17.
The big letdown though for me was it was anticlimactic and there was no Rock, and the Rock should have been
Yeah,
there. And
I was very upset that there was no Rock.
That's what fucked me up. I mean, Travis Scott came out, and I'm like, okay, the Rock's gonna be coming out. Where's his music? You know, because I'm like, okay, it's coming. And then I also thought during this match, because remember, people forget that Travis Scott had injured Cody for real, and a lot of the guys in the wrestling world on all these podcasts were saying Travis Scott's moment's coming. There's always a payback. And when Cody Rhodes had grabbed him and snatched him, I'm like, damn, is he really going to injure him for real to get that payback? I was worried for Travis Scott there for a second.
Yeah.
But it didn't go down. John Cena gets the win because Cody wants to be this good guy. But then you start watching these Clash of the Clans commercials, and I'm like, okay, is this part of the work? Also, are we going to see a bad Cody coming back?
I even downloaded that damn game
Rock.
just to see if there was something on there that I...
Yeah, no Rock, man. And that
Rock
kind
did an
of pissed
interview.
me off.
He did an interview with Pat McAfee, and he said him being there would have kind of rained on John Cena's parade. He wanted him to go and do that himself and not have him involved at all. And he said that
That's
why he
decision
had.
maker. That's bad. No, I don't agree.
I still believe that The Rock should have came out because that shit would have been so crazy. When I heard Travis Scott's song, I just thought we was gonna hear right after that. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, and we didn't get it, and I was like, yo, like this match it sucks now.
Yeah,
That's just me.
I think. Yeah, I don't agree with The Rock on that. I see what The Rock's saying. He wanted Cena to have his moment, but Cena's been there long enough. His moment is his moment. You know what I'm saying? And he was opening up Raw that following night, so he was going to get his time to speak. Brother Contreras in the chat says, until we literally didn't know it wasn't The Rock, and don't forget Travis Scott is a wrestling fan, but sure good at this, oh my Lord. Yeah, Triple H during the presser, he said that Travis Scott told him, this is my day job. Travis Scott is all in. Travis Scott is ready to go. He's got that hardcore belt. He came out in the Cactus Jack sneakers, which I didn't get to see what they look like.
John Cena had them on too.
Oh, John Cena did have them on too? Yeah, I got to go check out this collection because everybody's talking about them.
The shoes said Cactus on them. Yeah.
Oh, I got to go check them out because the hoodie that CM Punk had on.
Yeah.
That Cactus Jack hoodie was fire.
The Cactus Jack shoes are made by Jordan, so.
Oh shit! I gotta go check them shits out.
Yeah, you gotta check.
I gotta check
that
them
shit
out.
is
I gotta check
expensive.
that collection out. Oh, for real?
Expensive for the. Oh yeah. Yeah. Expensive. He's had this Jordan collection for a long time. So for Jordan's all over WWE. Roman shoes. Did you see Roman's out?
Roman came out in the black and white.
Pat leather. All right, we're getting off of the topic. Yo, it's crazy. I don't even know what to say. On Raw, the Raw results or reviews, whatever. Valkyria and Becky, they did a rematch against Liv Morgan and Raquel, and lost the belts right after they won at fucking WrestleMania, and then Becky turns dark.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Paul Heyman is behind all of this shit.
Yeah, I'm
my thought.
Here, I was like, damn, Becky. And the funny thing was, though, before this, is that the match was interrupted because you had Roxanne Perez and Stephanie Vaquer come down.
Yeah. Well, no. Roxanne and the black girl.
What's her name? What's that chick's name?
She.
She got a weird first name. I always mess up pronouncing it.
Oh, no. Those are the girls that were.
Who is the black girl? I always forget her. If you guys know her name, it's in the chat. I always mess up pronouncing.
Oh, we're talking about the wrong match too.
Oh,
they actually came out when Stephanie Vaquer and Io was fighting.
Yes.
They came out first. Yeah. So we're talking about the
during that first match, she had that move, bro. What is that?
You talking about Stephanie's move? Where she put her legs around your head?
Yeah.
Look, only you. I don't know what that move is. And,
that's like a Netflix and chill move. That's like a Netflix and chill move.
First of all, that ain't no Netflix and chill. You ain't gonna bam my head into the damn ground. With your legs around my head. Hell nah. No. No, sir. This next match. New Day. And then Rusev comes out. First of all, why did they re-sign Rusev? Rusev to me, damn, we gotta hurry up because we still got that clip to play. Rusev to me is so blah. Unless they're gonna have him feud with Gunther or something. I don't see Rusev. I just don't. New Day, Rusev Day. I could have done without that shit. Karrion Kross gave the New Day a nod of approval because remember he was trying to break them up at one point in time. Io and Stephanie, they fought, which was they were actually out there to congratulate each other. Stephanie said hey, she would love to fight her. Io said, hey, why not tonight? And then they make the match happen. Adam Pearce makes the match official.
That was a good match.
Roxanne Perez came out there with Julia. Yeah. No contest on that, but that was a great match for them. That's some future shit. I think they did that for the Worlds Collide, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's where we're headed. Brother Contreras, he says, seriously, everyone has a point. Don't let Lara Valkyria get double belts. Yeah, and that's part of the reason. Don't let her get the double belts. But seriously, this is not 1990s crap. He got the laughing emoji.
Nah, you right. You right, brother. You're not lying about that. Jey Uso is your champion. Jey Uso came out, and for a moment, when Sami Zayn came out, I thought the swerve was happening.
Nah, I wasn't. I knew they was gonna get all corny.
I thought that the swerve was happening, and I
knew
was
the corniness was coming.
And then last
Jimmy
match, Dominic and Jimmy came out, and and I thought the swerve was gonna happen before Jimmy came out, but they just wanted to congratulate him. Dominic Mysterio and Penta had a cool match. It was all right. That match was all right. And Let's not forget about Gunther coming out there and choking out. Well, he might have broke Michael Cole's nose, and he choked out Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee was about to whoop his ass though. At first, he's like, "Is this shit real or are we playing?"
Yeah, Pat had his boys in the background too. They sold. Everybody gets Academy Awards last night. But I kind of knew something was up because during the presser on Sunday night, during that presser, Triple H made a fact. He made it a point to talk about what Pat McAfee and what Michael Cole have been doing for the WWE behind the scenes, and he had nothing but praise. And I'm like, wow, he's talking like these guys might have a storyline coming. Yeah. And then sure enough, I'm like, yo, we all remember the last time Pat McAfee was in the ring? He did a good job, bro.
He did. He sure did.
He did a good job. He came off the top rope. So we might see him at Backlash against Gunther. So
he got some moves.
It wouldn't surprise me because that's a good match right there. Pat McAfee against Gunther, and then Michael Cole. He comes back to the announcers table with Joe Tessitore, and he killed it. Like he did. He acted exactly like how any of us would have. You know, at first he was kind of like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. But then he, it starts to stew. If you start to stew, and then he was like, okay, this is what it's about.
Check on Pat. Make sure Pat. Somebody get an update for Pat for me. So it was like a real thing. It felt like a real thing that happened. And then, of course, the final word with Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman. We seen CM Punk come out. We seen the Tribal Chief come out. And then all of a freaking sudden, out of the blue, Braun Breaker appears and super spears the Tribal Chief. He's super spiriting. Twice. Listen. There's some type of faction that's coming.
Heyman, yeah.
Heyman is putting together something.
So here's what I feel like. So Paul Heyman right now, we all know because of the legal shit, his man ain't coming back. His man is not coming back because of the legal shit. So you have to fill that beast incarnate type person in your stable. Braun Breaker's the guy that can make you forget. He can make you forget.
Yeah.
he can make you forget.
Is game for whatever.
So you have Braun Breaker and you have possibly Becky as the female for the stable, and you have Seth.
Yep. So far,
that's a crazy stable so far right there.
And what if he comes out and you see Rock align with Travis Scott too, and that'd be crazy. It makes up for a reason for Roman to fight Rock again, which I think they need to hurry up and do before Rock get too old and not be able to move in that damn ring. I know he's working out, but you still, Father Time is Father Time. Before we leave out tonight, we actually got a clip that we want to play for you guys.
How do you feel about it? Before we show the clip, I want to see how people, if you're in the chat, how you feel about it, because for many years in the sport of wrestling, you've had kayfabe. And for the longest time, kayfabe has been protected. That you never cross that line. But because of social media...
Shout out Kayfabe Toys. That's a guy, too. Kayfabe Toys.
Because of social media, it's been hard to hide kayfabe. It's been hard to really maneuver along those lines of kayfabe. John Cena's whole thing right now, Ruin Wrestling, that's all about ruining kayfabe. He's showing that right now, how the crowd changed for Dom last, so the whole kayfabe thing, so WWE now has this show coming on Netflix called Unreal. And what this whole premise of this show is, it's a reality show of behind the scenes of how the WWE runs and promotes, and Triple H said it best, we're pulling back the curtain. And people forget back in the day when Vince McMahon started doing what he was doing with WWE and putting it on TV and stealing from different territories. The reason why Vince came up here to Connecticut and started wrestling up here is because the Southern promoters were about to kill him. They were going to kill him because he was doing things with wrestling that had never been done. Kayfabe has been a protected thing in wrestling since the day of time of wrestling beginning. So now they're pulling the curtain back on it. I'm torn over this. I understand kayfabe. I understand what goes behind it, but how is this going to affect the fans who watch this? And are fans going to tune in?
They will.
But how do you think it affects certain fans? Do you think WWE is saying that, okay, a majority of our fans know what this is about. They know it's entertainment. But now you're going to expose those fans who still think that this is, what it is. It's almost like, learning that Santa Claus isn't real,
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? I'm a watch. I want to see some shit.
I seen like a little clip where they was saying, I seen Triple H talking to Jey Uso, letting him know that, hey, we're about to make you the man. Like, we're about to put that belt on you.
He said, I'm putting a rocket on you, he said.
Yeah, about to put the rocket on your career. So, before I say anything, I want to see the first episode. I respect that. I respect that. Yeah.
I respect that. Brother Contreras says they literally created the new Dangerous Alliance. Talking about what you
brother, you right. That is a conversation to be had. That's a conversation. We might have to talk about that next week. The Dangerous Alliance. Yeah. We might have to talk about the Dangerous Alliance. Without further ado, you guys, before we get out of here.
You got to finish your comment, though, what you were saying. You said that you don't want to.
Yeah, before I give an in-depth thought or feeling about what it's going to be, we don't really know. I mean, it's called Unreal, right? But I want to see at least one episode first, then I'll give my whole how I feel.
You know what? Maybe we should do a watch. We'll watch it together, and then maybe we go live after the premiere. Maybe we should do something like that. I think we should probably go live if anybody wants to come and watch with us, and then we'll have a discussion about the show afterwards. I'm going to look up the date. I have the date that it's coming on Netflix, so we can prepare to watch it, and then we'll go live right after the premiere, and we can have a discussion on it. So let's set that up. So I agree with you. I like your take on that. I'm good with that. So let's just roll this.
Yeah, we're gonna roll this. We're gonna go right up. This is leading out to the end of the show. So we appreciate y'all. Check out this clip, and then we'll be back next week.
All right, here we go.
7 days a week, 365 days a year. This is a calculated, coordinated production. It's time. We're going to lift the curtain. What is the story of 2025? I want to put a rocket on your... Is everybody okay?
Everybody's good. Keep going.
Well, they think this is awesome. They ain't seen shit yet.
Vantage point, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of Thor, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow, double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously. Cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you can say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy. Mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me. Creating imagery that everybody alike. Like I made a simile. Fat